This presentation is over gender and global lenses. So what is gender? Gender is a socially learned behavior by what you see, hear, interact with, and come into contact with in our world. When we are out and about in the real world, everything has gender associated with it. Whether it's bathrooms or colors, what we see on advertisements, what kinds of clothes people are wearing, gender is everywhere and is a behavior we learn throughout our life. There is a continued battle of masculine and feminism and certain characteristics that go with each. There aren't categories that each men and women fall under, but a way of expressing yourself. Men can be feminine, just like women can be masculine. Many times there is pressure from society for men to act like men or for women to act like a lady, but it's not that simple. There are transgender, lesbian, gay, bisexual, heterosexual, and these terms mean something different to each of these kinds of people. There's a quote from the book I thought explained this very well, and that was, "There are multiple genders and gender orderings, but gender is always raced, classed, sexualized, and nationalized, just as race, class, sexuality, and nationality are often gendered. There are other influences in life that shape gender and what it means to different individuals." So gender is about power, and power is gendered. So there's differences between masculinity and femininity. So men are often stereotyped as being privileged. They are associated with politics, making money, being more valuable, just being the man. Whereas women are more subordinate. They are associated with being the family, being the caregivers, and being more submissive and not as dominant as what men are associated to be. In politics, politics can simply be defined as access to power, meaning who and how. So who is in that power in this political standpoint? Does that person have followers? And how are they obtaining this power? Because politics has a privileged connotation associated with it, it is automatically assumed the role of being more masculine and men being more associated with politics than women because they have a following, they are more dominant. Creating an inequality, especially when representing our society, which is 50% male and 50% female, but is misrepresented in politics, meaning in society, there are just as many women as there are men, so why are politics only representing the male portion of our society? So there's a lot of gender inequality as well. And this can come in the forms of discrimination, violence, stereotyping, and psychological effects, as well as sociocultural practices. Lastly, the global issues associated with gender. So worldwide, women are more disadvantaged in many aspects of their lives. Women have less access to education. They are discriminated against in the workforce, not only from males, but in their wages as well, and representation in their community's government.